Hello and welcome to Seminar 7, which is about how to give powerful presentations. This is one of my favourite things. There are a few things that we could talk about, but I want to get 2 hours into 10 minutes. So it's going to be really basic, but let's go. So before we start, how do most people feel about public speaking? And at least 70–80% of anyone watching this right now probably feels like this about public speaking. And so if you do feel like this, and even if you don't, the question you need to ask yourself is, what's the point? Why should I do this thing that I'm terrified of? Lots of people are more terrified of public speaking than anything else, more scared of it than spiders and snakes and all of these things. They're really, really terrified. In about 5 minutes, you won't be anymore, I think, with this presentation. By the end of the 5 minutes, I think you won't feel that way. But let's start with what is the point. Whenever you're asked to do a piece of work, either for your business, if you're asked to do a presentation for your work, if you're having to do it for school, for university, you ask yourself, why am I doing this? So never do something just because someone tells you to. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What am I trying to achieve? So with 3 of the main things that you're often asked to do for your studies are an academic essay, a report, or a presentation. And so you need to get really clear in your head, why am I being asked to do this thing? What am I trying to achieve? And so with an academic essay, a lot of people think it's to show what you know. I always get that answer. People will always say to show that I know stuff. But actually, the purpose of an academic essay, while obviously you do show what you know, the main reason for collecting that information is to help us look critically at a problem. A report also is not about saying everything that you know. It's to help people make decisions. By the end of a report, people should really understand how to make their decision better, make a better decision. And so what is a presentation for? A successful presentation helps people to do things differently. It might help them to think differently. It might help them to learn a new skill that now they can go off and do something differently. But it's definitely about doing something different. If they go away and they're not inspired to do something different, then really we can't call it a successful presentation. So let's look at how to do that. So the one thing that's really going to help you before you go into a presentation and before you even start preparing for the presentation is to do this one simple thing, and it's just to remember these 4 words. It's not about you. The main reason people get scared of presenting in front of a group of people, whether that's 5 people or 500 people, is because they're focused completely on themselves. It brings up all of your anxieties, all of your insecurities. And so you imagine standing up in front of those people and your heart is hammering away in your chest and you're thinking, they know that I feel incredibly self-conscious at the moment. And the fact is they really, really genuinely don't care. If people are for some reason sitting in front of you, they have made a decision to do that. And so you need to use that opportunity. And the first place to start is to remember it's not about you. So what is it about? You're going to ask yourself these questions. Who are you talking to? That's really going to help, because If it's not about you, then who is it about? It's about them. Then why are they there? So if you are showing them a new product or something, why are they there? Are they interested in buying things from you? If you were giving a presentation at university, why is your lecturer there? And sometimes it's because they have to be. Makes your job a little bit harder, but why are they there? This is often very hard to answer, but if you spend some time answering this, it can really help you out. What do they want to do, learn, or be? So the reason they're there is because they want to do something, or learn something, or be something. And so when you're giving a presentation, let's say your lecturer has told you that you have to give this presentation, you might say, well, I don't know what they want to do, learn, or be. They have to be there. They're just marking me. But what they want to do, what I want to do as a lecturer when my students are giving a lecture is, I want to give you a good grade. So all you have to do is help me, help me to give you a good grade. So ask yourself, who's there? Why are they there? What do they want to do? And then help them. What's their biggest problem? This is also a really great question. If you know the answer to that question, you're going to make that other person's life better. So you know, if you're a student and you're giving a presentation to your lecturer and the lecturer has to watch 20, 30, 40 students giving lectures that day, their biggest problem is going to be staying awake. And so if you give a presentation that helps them to stay awake, that sticks to the time limit, that gives a new angle on something. So I often give a topic for students for a lecture, and because students get nervous, they all do the same thing. They all give the same information about the same topic. So do something a bit different. And finally, as is always the question, how can you help them? How can you help someone with their problem? How can you help your lecturer with their problem of trying to stay awake through 40 different presentations? How can you help the person who is trying to buy things? How can you help people who are trying to learn something? So always in your presentation, when you've done all of that preparation, focus on one clear message. It's very easy to get carried away, and again, like with all of these things, do a big brain dump of everything you know, but put the work in. The audience can really feel it when you've put a lot of work and preparation, even into a very short presentation, on what is this message that you're trying to get across. If they go away with that really clear message in their mind, then you haven't wasted their time. Repeat your message at least 3 times in creative ways. Telling people once, even if it's a great message, it doesn't stick. You need to make it sticky, your idea. And so say it 3 times, but say it in different ways. Find ways to say it that's the same message, but creatively delivered. And make it easy for the people to change. So if the message is clear enough, then it will help them to change. Make it easy. Make it something they can just go away and do immediately. And so my one clear message to you, I've only told you once. So here it is again. It's not about you. 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 So that's the one clear message that I have for you that you can go away with. You can, when you're preparing your next presentation, you think it's not about me. Who is it about? How can I help them? So good luck preparing your next presentation. I look forward to seeing them. Well done, and see you next time.